Hey guys, Marsing here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we have the next no item run up here for the next 10 stages of Super Battle Road, and this is the Inhuman Deeds run. So I talked about this in the guide that I made. This is another one that was made much easier for global players by the download celebration, because as you can see, we are running the double AGL LR Frieza lead team. Frieza is an incredibly powerful unit, gets a guaranteed additional super if he gets hit in slot 1. Of course, typical Super Battle Road though, we take a super attack in slot 1 for almost 200k, but if we have some Frieza units on the team like the Tech Transforming Frieza that recovers us a little bit of HP, like obviously we get the run done because you're watching the video, we recover from that very, very well. I mean, you see there, Frieza just absolutely going off in slot 1, completely destroys Jacko all by himself. Frieza with the level 3 dodge, even though he would have only taken double-digit damage. And then in comes my full power Frieza in slot 3. I am using Goresh's Rainbow Friend Frieza, and then mine is only 55%. But he still gets the additional proc from his passive by being in slot 3. Or it could have been the level 5 additional, you never know, as he is an AGL unit. And there you go, we just one-turn the first fight with the 2 LR Friezas and Tech Transforming Frieza. So this one, I think definitely one of the easiest ones if you can run this team. You know, we didn't even have the rotation where we had our like tank golden Friezas and everything, and we still just absolutely destroyed that first stage. So basically we can go ahead and put golden Frieza in slot 1 here, where he's not going to take any damage. He's not going to do a crazy amount of damage either, but he should be fine here. And then we have the third form Frieza, who could potentially get off multiple supers. Each one raises his defense. And then we have the Prime Battle Frieza in slot 3. Obviously, he's going to pick up a bunch of extra ki from being in slot 3 and from attacking a super class enemy. So he's going to be able to do some pretty significant damage. So third form Frieza here starts to go off with the attacks on Android 17. We get one additional super attack straight away here, doing pretty reasonable damage. Only get the 2 supers, so with type disadvantage, he still takes about 20k, but takes double digits from the Android 17, which is very good. And then the LR Prime Battle Frieza, 18 key super with type advantage over the Goten, Trunks, and Marin, so huge damage to them, and able to tank for double digits in the last slot as well. Like, this Frieza team is just ridiculously powerful. So I decided to, now obviously with the Frieza, you can do the same with the Namek Goku. You've kind of got to decide whether you want to put him in slot 1 to take a hit to get the guaranteed additional and risk that it's potentially a super, or put him in the second slot and hope you get the RNG additional super. So I decided to go for safety and put Golden Frieza in slot 1, and obviously that paid off. We only take 30k from a super attack. I was unable to super with him by doing that, but he's only on the team to be there to tank hits. And so with that super attack going off in slot 1, that is him doing his job exactly as intended. So definitely a good idea to put him there. And then the LR Full Power Frieza finishing off Goten, Trunks, and Marin. And then Tech Transforming Frieza, double super from him. So nice chunk of damage here to 17 with the crit on that second super as well. So here we are, we have the ability. This is how I would run the rotation. Normally Golden Frieza in slot 1, but we have the active skill. So even though Golden Frieza's passive is active, I always like to use these active skills to finish off the fight so that you don't have to risk taking a super in slot 1. Obviously in this particular instance with Golden Frieza in slot 1, we probably wouldn't have taken that much damage anyway, but it's always better to take 0 damage than to take any other amount of damage, right? So use the active skill, get the nice finish on Android 17, and then we can move on to the final fight. So much like the Exploding Rage one, we are making very, very good time on this run. Obviously this team is incredibly powerful, both defensively and offensively. Like the LR Full Power Frieza is arguably one of the best units in the game, if not the best. So very strong showing from him. I deliberately decide not to get the super again with Golden Frieza because I want all of those AGL orbs there for the AGL Full Power Frieza. And then there's not enough orbs, unfortunately, for the Prime Battle Frieza to get the 18 key super, because he gets 6 extra key by being in slot 3 and attacking a super type unit. So we missed out by just 1. In some circumstances that would be good, because on his 12 key super he raises his defense, which obviously can be very useful, but on this rotation he's not taking any attacks, so ideally I would have liked to get the 18 key super. But look at that. That is a ridiculous amount of damage there, with the type advantage as well, and a crit. So Frieza just absolutely one-shotting this guy. And we've taken basically no damage on this turn. So we started off taking that super at the beginning in slot 1, and then since then we've barely taken damage throughout the entire run. And here is another perfect setup. All the attacks of the rotation are in slot 1. So we just go ahead and park AGL Golden Frieza right there in slot 1. Where he is now not going to take any damage. I grabbed these orbs so we can drop the tech ones down and grab all of those with Transforming Frieza. And so we are looking at a very solid rotation here. So super attack away all you want. Golden Frieza, 2,700 damage. Very nice. And Dispo going to come in and throw his super into the mix as well. And unfortunately for them, 1,500 damage, so even less. Golden Frieza, of course, not really the hardest hitting unit in the world, but I mean, we saw exactly on this turn why he's on the team. Put him in slot 1, take 2 supers for less than 5,000 damage, and then you are laughing when it comes to no item runs. And then Frieza in slot 2, just a casual 5.1 million attack stat, bearing in mind there's no support unit on the rotation. He doesn't have like legendary power active or anything like that. The only downside, of course, as you see there, he didn't get the proc for the additional super in the second slot, but we did a lot of damage on that turn, and now we are poised here to get a very nice finish, because Tech Golden Frieza might be able to finish off Dispo. We get a full 24 key super from Goresh's Rainbow Frieza, which should finish off Topo, and then if Dispo did survive, it's just going to be down to the third form Frieza. Bear in mind, both of these Friezas on rotation with the third form Frieza are Sworn Enemies characters as well, so they're getting the buff from him. Crazy attack stat there from Full Power Frieza. And then here comes the Giant Death Ball, 3.5 million damage, and Topo is completely destroyed. And we jump forward, hit the star, get the clear, and there you go. That was the second run done, no items. Like I said in the previous video, if you've caught the Exploding Rage one already, you see the reward there. I tried a bunch of these stages to do the no item run literally as the first attempt, and honestly I talked about it in the team building guide, that I feel like if you had the right team, this was probably going to be the easiest one, and I think we showed here that that was definitely the case. I mean, my LR Frieza is only 55%, and he still put up a very strong showing. If you don't have the AGL LR Frieza, you could basically run this exact team and use Tech Transforming Frieza as your leader. Yes, the leader skill is going to be a little bit lower, but if you can find a decent AGL Full Power Frieza friend, especially with dupes, then, he's going to do the carrying for most of the damage. And now that we have the same name update, you're able to run AGL Golden Frieza on one rotation and Tech Golden Frieza on the other. And as long as you have their damage reduction active, they're just not really going to take any damage. So you saw we literally took one big super right at the beginning of the event, and then after that we basically didn't take any damage throughout basically the whole of the rest of the run. So this team is insanely powerful, very, very good, and definitely one of the easier no item runs. So let me know what you guys think down below. Have you done this stage yet? Whether you've done it with items or not, let me know the team build that you use down below. Obviously, if you can make a even slightly similar version of this team, then with items you should have absolutely no problem beating it. So let me know how your runs went down below and what teams you used. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.